What is up? Happy Friday, Ad family. I am super excited and pumped as always to see what amazing questions you have waiting on me today. Now, just a quick reminder, okay? Because sometimes you guys come back to me and you're like, well, Laurel, I already watched that thing that you told me to go watch. And so I wanted to just remind you, okay? My ability to give you a great answer to your question is limited by your ability to ask a great question, okay? So what do I mean by that, okay? So a lot of times you guys aren't giving me the proper context. And so if I'm telling you to go watch a training, it's because the way that you asked the question made me assume that you hadn't made your way to that specific training. And so it's not me being like, oh, that person, is dumb or anything like that. Like, I just am, like I said, I'm limited by the way that I can answer your question because I don't have the proper context. And so some things that will help is by giving me context, right, on things like which training were you watching and where did you get stuck, right? Also, another context is this is the goal that I'm trying to accomplish, right? So if you start off the question like, hey, Laurel, I'm trying to accomplish this goal. I watched the training on XYZ. You said to do this, but in my situation, I feel like I'm missing where this comes into play or something like that, right? You see how that type of question can give me the proper context in order to give you a more accurate answer, okay? So a lot of you guys are going to hear me say today, well, go watch this training. And it's not because I don't want to answer your question. It's because I don't know the right context as to how you're coming at me with that question, okay? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started here. As a reminder, okay, deadline to enter your question is Thursday at 5. And just a constant reminder, if you're stuck on where to start in the home section of the program. There are step-by-step instructions on how to get my help, and I will know whether or not you followed the onboarding because there are 2 assignments that have prompts that tell you specifically what to do when you get stuck, okay? So we're gonna go ahead, rock and roll into this. Miss Phyllis says, I'm following your 7-day organic marketing sprint. I have 5 comments on my last video with Value Bomb. I want to put some money on it behind it. Is the smartest next step to do a warm and cold audience? Okay, already I'm going to say, Miss Phyllis, go to, so she did the organic foundations training. And if we go down to the bottom, bonus, how to turbocharge this organic strategy using $5 a day ads. This will actually explain what you're asking me right here. And then the exact setups, it tells you where to go to look at that. Let's see. Dara says, I'm trying to connect API conversions and I'm getting an error. Okay, this is a technical question. I am not a very technical person. Honestly, like any tech issues that I have, I go straight to Facebook chat and they are able to solve all of my stuff almost immediately. Okay. It's not that I don't want to answer this. It's honestly, I don't know how to answer. I don't know why you're getting this error. Like I said, I'm not really big on tech. I'm more on strategy. And so I've not seen this error yet with the API. So the best thing to do would be to go to Facebook chat. And if you don't know how to go to Facebook chat, if you go to the Get Ready Protocol, Business Manager and Ad Policy Training, there is download the checklist, protecting your ad account checklist. And it actually has the link to access chat support right there. Contessa says, I'm starting to work on my power offer. Who is this for? Survivors of childhood trauma who want to take back what was taken from them, peace, safety, and or trust. Ooh, okay. I'm pretty clear on that. Clear 1-sentence promise. If I offer to help you become your own self-healer over the next year. Okay, you've piqued my interest. Let's see, benefit. Safely by regulating your nervous system. Ooh, I want to know this because I want to know more about this. Can you give me safely by regulating your nervous system using tapping into your own spiritual aura or something like that. I don't know, right? Like, tell me something more, because it's not clear on whether or not your audience will be familiar with more self-healing and spiritual talk. You get what I'm saying? Language. So if you're trying to reach a broader market of people who may not have a sophistication, even if they do have a sophistication, they're going to want to know, like, how are we doing this, right? Safely by regulating your nervous system using, or something like safely by regulating your nervous system by tapping into the second chakra of your blah, blah. I don't know. Like, I'm just making that up. But you see how the benefit number 2 needs to give me a little bit more tangible way that we're going to heal ourselves. Hopefully that makes sense. Charles says, hey, Laurel, when running my power content video ads, I selected to have them shown in just the Facebook and Instagram feeds with a manual placement. When I checked on them a few days later, Facebook had them running in about 8 different categories. It appears they don't go back and change it, but here's probably likely what happened. So I will go into mine personally. So if we go into my audience builder and I do this, likely what happened is whenever you selected manual placements, you probably did something like this where it looks like it's only in Facebook and Instagram. Likely what happened, you see how you can toggle all of these arrows? A lot of times people forget to uncheck because usually it'll end up like this and you'll think, oh, it's only in the newsfeed. But if you toggle this, it's likely that it's placing these in multiple locations. And so when you go at the ad section, you only want to see Facebook feed here and you only want to see Instagram feed here. So hopefully that made sense. That's probably what is going on. Let's see. Sabine says, power content ads. I have just realized that while views build over time, even if I switch the ad off for a few days, the amount I pay is calculated since the last time I had a build on Facebook. This means I have to set the number of days I'm checking KPIs for in the calendar on the top right. Would you be able to confirm how to do this? Absolutely. She says to check for video engagements for a particular time. Absolutely. If I go into mine right here, let's say I wanted to check into these my retargeting. All you got to do is right here, you can select, like, let's say I want to look at this from January 1st all the way to January 12th and update. And you can see right here, it is going to give me that, and I can toggle it right here to see whatever I want. I can see video engagement if I want to see what's going on. So yeah, that's how you do that. Great question, Sabine. Let's see, Terry says, I'm in the process of fine-tuning my power statement, and I'm looking forward to another pair of eyes to review and tweak as needed. Thank you. Well, you're very welcome. I serve new women managers on how to break through self-limiting pattern. Oh, I already know this one's going to be a tough one. You're already using language that can mean different things to different people. Let's see. I serve new women managers on how to break through limiting patterns, thoughts, and behaviors so they can lead confidently and excel in their positions. This isn't bad. It's not bad. It's just a lot of times people get lost in like not really understanding what self-limiting patterns are. So you also have to think about this, okay? You're going B2C, right? Business to consumer. And while most people who are in the self-development interest, right, or like online entrepreneur space and online marketing and all that, we know what self-limiting patterns and all of that stuff means, but likely your target audience. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to challenge you for this one statement right here. I serve new women managers on how to break through self-limiting patterns, thoughts, and behaviors so they can lead confidently and excel in their position. I'm going to challenge you with just this one statement. How would your ideal client come to you and say, Terry, I need help with this? Chances are they're probably not going to describe it in this way. So before we work on the other stuff, I want you to redo this first statement in the language that your ideal client would use. Let's see, Craig says, I am currently following the offer optimization training in the Get Ready protocol. My one clear question is, can you check my power offer and let me know if it's good enough or needs to be improved on? Okay, busy parents looking to supplement or replace their income with a work from home internet business. Okay, that's pretty clear. If I offer to help you get your beginner friendly online business live within 7 days, I am going to challenge you right here. What type of online business are you helping them set up? Is it like an e-commerce business, affiliate marketing business? Give me, and we're gonna stop right there. I like this. Busy parents looking to supplement or replace their income with a work from home internet business. If I offer to help you set up your e-commerce store over the next 7 days, right? That's super, super clear. Tell me what type, because beginner friendly online business does not give me enough context. So this is the only thing that I want you to work on right here, is getting me a clear type of business. Okay, we want to get a little bit closer to the whole. I think that your benefits are really good. Like I said, I pre-read this. I can help you with copy if we can just get a little bit deeper right here on this one line right there, but not bad at all. Not bad at all. Let's see. Debbie says, I'm currently following the Organic Foundations training and working on my 15 pieces of power content. My offer is an online one-on-one screenwriting coaching program for kids and teens ages 10 to 17, where I teach young writers how to, I love this. I don't know, Debbie, if you know this, but I have almost 2 decades in television and producing stuff. So this is really cool. Her question is, how do I tailor my videos to the parents, as they are the ones who will be buying? Plus, kids are generally not on Facebook. Absolutely, yes. Your parents are going to be your customers and the kids will be your clients. So you have to market to the customers. And so she says, I don't think parents will be interested in 3 to 5 minute videos on screenwriting. Instead, should I create videos that focus on their career path for kids looking to break into the industry? Absolutely. So you're going to want to target the parents. So your power content is going to be centered around parents whose children have an interest in screenwriting. Like, what are the 3 things that you're like let's back up a bit. So whenever you have parents that are coming to you, I'm assuming that their children have already expressed an interest in screenwriting. So I'm assuming that these parents already are very sophisticated and are actively shopping for an offer like yours. Correct me if I'm wrong, because that's gonna depend on that, right? You're gonna have parents whose kids have expressed an interest in writing in general, and then you're gonna have parents whose kids have an interest specifically in screenwriting, right? So you've got those 2 different buckets. But yes, so what you're gonna want to do is, let's say you are targeting the parents of kids who specifically have expressed an interest in screenwriting, right? And so I would go back to the top 3 questions that parents ask you when it comes to getting their child into your program. Like, a lot of parents probably ask you the question, like, how do I know that this thing is going to stick for my child, right? If I invest a lot of money, how do you know that your kid is the right fit for this type of offer, right? So that would be a good starting point. So just think of all of the conversations that you've had with your most ideal clients, who are always like, after you answer their question, they're like, okay, cool, here's my money, right? That's what I would do in this situation. But this was a really, really great question. I cannot wait to see the 3 pieces of power content that you're going to do, Debbie. That is a great offer. I love that. Let's see. Natasha says, I watched the organic sprint of day 6 where you show your execution framework on how to respond to the comments in the power content and what to DM them. If I ask some more questions before sending my value bomb, but that's when the convo's in. I'm not sure how to go from there to booking a call. Do you have any examples, maybe from clients, how they turn power content into DM? I could actually tell you, because you screenshotted this right here. So let me tell you where you went wrong, okay? So the very first thing, you were off to a good start. Hey guy, I'm messaging you here because you asked for my framework for client interviews and testimonials. But here's where you went wrong. Here's where you went wrong, Natasha. Remember, if we go into, right? So you did this part, right? You said, hey, I'm messaging you here because you said da-da-da-da-da. Here's where you went wrong, okay? If you can look here, you said you asked him an open question. What kind of transformation do you offer your clients? I mean, that's not a bad question. You got him to answer, but what we really want to do is we want to really dig into what is the information that's actually going to help me, right? That's actually going to help me diagnose what is exactly wrong with it, right? Give them time to answer, then diagnose the problem. You did not get him to tell you what the issue was, right? And so if you said something like, and I'll just give you kind of an example, right? And guys, Natasha did a great job. This is exactly what the Ask Laurel thread is for. Like, this is exactly what I created it for. You see how she did the work, brought me the execution, and now I'm helping her get to the next step. So here's where you can really optimize this. You never got him to tell you why he needed the framework for client interviews and testimonials, right? And so I probably would have said something like, I mean, what kind of transformation do you offer your clients? I mean, that's an okay question, but I would have gotten to the meat and potatoes soon. I would have been like, hey guy, I'm messaging you here because you asked for my framework for client interviews and testimonials. I would have said something like, are you having issues getting your clients to give you testimonials, or are you having issues getting enough testimonials, or something like that? Like I don't know enough about your business to be able to, give you exact wording, but I always like to give them a little either or I like to kind of control the conversation. You see how I'm giving them some options here? And so in this case, I probably would have said, are you having, issues getting client interviews, or clients not wanting to give you testimonials? Oh, by the way, what type of transformation do you offer your clients, right? So you see how doing something like that would give you the door to being able to help them with the problem, right? Because look, it says like, amazing, I'm sure your clients get great results from work. Have you ever done some client interviews? Like, you're not getting to the actual issue, right? Like there's a reason that they're asking for this framework for client interviews and testimonials. So we have to figure out why they're not getting them, or what their process is for getting them. Okay. So good job, Natasha, bringing this. But you see how I was quickly able to be like, yeah, she never like got to a question that would actually help her diagnose the problem. Let's see. Kathy says, I sell cloth diapers. I have my power content set up with my audiences. I looked at this. I'm not sure what you're wanting me to look at here. And so this goes back to this right here, like giving me the right context. This photo, I have no idea what you want me to look at right here. It says I sell cloth diapers. I have my power content set up with my audience selected as my competitor's photo. I'm not sure what this means. Because my product is reusable and people only buy once at the beginning of their cloth diaper, should I target a different audience, such as other eco-friendly baby products? Sure, you could try that. I guess I'm just not clear on what the question is, other than should I target a different audience, such as, I mean, I can't tell like what's going on here, because you didn't give me context. I mean, I could see like you have ads running, but this picture doesn't tell a story. And you're not giving me context as to what problem you want me to help you solve here. And like I said, I'm not picking on Kathy. This is just a really good example of, I don't know how to help you because I don't have the right context in front of me. And I want this to be a learning experience, right? So Kathy, one of the things that would have been helpful for me would have been like, hey, I'm trying to accomplish XYZ goal. I followed the training in this video. As you can see in my screenshot, I'm getting XYZ, but I'm missing the mark and I don't know why. Here's my ad that I'm running, or something like probably a screenshot maybe of your ad would have been a little bit more helpful. But like I said, I really want to help you guys, but like I said, I'm limited by the amount of help I can give you by like not giving me enough context. But Kathy, if you give me a little bit more context, the goal you're trying to accomplish, what you did, where you think you went wrong, I'll be happy to help. I always feel bad whenever I have to tell you guys that, but I like I said, I'm limited based on the context. Mr. Richard was asking about captions. I use CapCut as well. Natasha came in with the CapCut. Yes, thank you, Natasha. Let's see. Max says, new video up this weekend and already at over 17,000 impressions. Any case, still figuring out my strategy, and most of my impressions are coming from African countries, likely because the CPM is much cheaper. That said, although I wanted to reach these countries, I'm worried the many won't be willing to pay my high ticket prices. I know prejudice, but also based on factual income stats. This may not be a question you can answer, but I need to bounce it around and figure out if this is also an audience question. Should I eliminate these? Yeah, you should only be targeting countries of people who would be a good fit for your offer. But it just depends, right? Like, it's not necessarily being prejudiced. It's just being more like being realistic. I mean, I run my ads for my $7 program and, in Middle Eastern countries and stuff like that, because a lot of those people are VAs, but I necessarily probably wouldn't run like a VSL in those countries because of the money exchange. So it really just depends, but that's just knowing exactly who your target audience is, very specifically. I mean, and even not even poo-pooing on other countries, but a lot of my my private clients who I help run ads for, like, they'll tell me, don't even run things in the Midwest or the South. Like, it's crazy, but you have to know who your target audience is, right? Cynthia says, I'm stuck on the 3 missions exercise. Awesome. My offer is 30% off cake jars and free shipping. Ooh, that sounds good. I watched the 3 missions video and got stuck where you said mission number 1, cold audience, mission 2, cold audience, mission 3, boosted post warm, basically retargeting who saw ad number 1. I'm confused on how to retarget. Where do I find that in my audience settings? Okay, cool. So you want to find out how to retarget. If you go into the program and just go to retargeting, we have plenty of walkthroughs. Like, I'll walk through right here how to do the boosted post. In this workshop right here, Jay walks people through the a retargeting reach campaign. Right here in the ATM retargeting strategy, I walk through how to create Facebook audiences of people who visit certain pages, how to recreate retargeting audiences on YouTube. So check out the retargeting section. Also, if you go to the Get Ready protocol, building your audiences, you'll see right here how to create your custom and lookalike audiences. And your custom audiences are your retargeting audiences. So let me know, Cynthia, if that answered your question. Let's see. Mr. Darrell says, I train marketing, business development, PR, communication teams within the manufacturing and engineering industries to create video content to promote and grow their business. Facebook or LinkedIn for power content ads. Ooh, I would do both. Downside is LinkedIn platform's a lot more expensive. Absolutely. Facebook will certainly be cheaper. Yep. I'll actually tell you. So one of my Lean on Laurel students, she targets recruiters, like job recruiters and stuff. And we did a split test. We ran her power content on Facebook, which obviously is cheaper because LinkedIn, you have to spend $10 a day. So the way that we do power content on LinkedIn is we actually put all 3 ads in the same campaign at $10, like in the same ad group at $10 a day. Just because LinkedIn ads are more expensive. But we split test 3 different ads in one campaign on Facebook. And then we tested 3 pieces of power content under the same ad group in one campaign on LinkedIn. And we split tested it. And she's actually getting better traction on LinkedIn. While the campaign is more expensive, the video views are much cheaper than on Facebook for her specifically because she's targeting job recruiters. So LinkedIn in these situations can be a better choice, but just know, and I'm glad that you know this because LinkedIn is more expensive, but it's always worth a test in these types of situations. I do not recommend top of funnel LinkedIn ads for many industries and any types of offers. Yours would be probably one of them that I would recommend a test. Let's see. Theo says, I created a new power content campaign. It was a copy and paste from my UK one that I had running. Before, when people would ask me for the cheat sheet, the chat would show me what ad they are coming from. It doesn't do that anymore. Is there a setting that I'm missing which can re-enable this? I'm not sure, Theo. I have not had this issue come up. Let me do some digging and I'll get back to you. That's the best answer that I can give you right now. I don't have any experience with this error. Let me see if I can recreate it over the weekend with some of my client things. If I do not come back here, send me a DM and I will get you taken care of. like I said, I need to sit on this. I haven't had any chance to play with this yet to see what could be going on. But I'm going to go look in the settings and see. I don't know firsthand if there is, but I'll see. Like I said, if I don't get back to you in the next couple of days, hit me up in the DM and we can play with it this week. Let's see. Heather says, I'm helping a client set up her ads and we are running into big issues. She's been trying to create and use Business Manager, but is not letting her verify her account. It sends her a verification email. She can open it, but when she clicks, she gets an error message saying Facebook is unable to connect. She's tried with different emails and getting the same message. My one clear question is, what can we do to fix this so she can get ads going? Heather, I'm not really sure. This might be a question for Facebook chat if you have access to Facebook chat. I've not encountered this error before, but again, anytime that I need help with something, whether it's for my account or any of my clients' accounts, I always access chat support and ask for assistance. This is why also it's helpful to have a Facebook representative, even though like they're not helpful as far as like strategy and stuff, but they are helpful in like these types of situations. I'm really sorry that your client's doing that. That is like a big pain in the butt. What you might end up having to do, Heather, is create an ad account for her on her behalf inside your Business Manager if you feel comfortable doing that. I oftentimes don't recommend doing that because then you're responsible for the ad account. But sometimes you just have to do that. I've had to do that for a client or two as well. Also, Heather, one of the things that you could try is see if she's able to create a personal ad account. While I typically don't recommend a personal ad account, there is a chance that you can run her ads from her personal ad account without having to set up a Business Manager. While I don't recommend it, that might be one of two of the only options. Let's see, Miss Monica. Let me grab my chair. Man, you guys are making me work today on a Friday. I freaking love this. I love it. Let's see. Monica says, are you tired of being the leader who puts out fires all day? Kind of know what you mean, but I kind of don't. Okay? Kind of know what you mean, and I kind of don't. Let's just go over these two lines right here. Are you tired of being the leader who puts out fires all day? I'll help you achieve the skills you need to start empowering your team and turning them into problem solvers in the next 7 days so you can get back to your real work. I kind of get what you're saying. Are you tired of being the leader? Are you tired of being the leader who puts out fires all day? I need to know more. Monica, as a matter of fact, I'm going to give you permission to comment underneath this video. And if you can give me an example of the person that you're trying to talk about here, like give me like a tangible, like, hey, this person is an executive for a coffee company and she's been having issues with her employees because they keep doing XYZ. I need more information in order to help you with this because this is not clear enough. Right? Remember, these two lines need to be a dog whistle where people are going to be like, this is me and I need to read more, right? Let's see. Annette says, my clear question is sending power content to a cold audience and it is about to reach of my audience and how to reach more of to a cold audience and it is about the reach of my audience and how to reach more of the, okay. My audience size is between 650 and 770K. Running the ad only to Facebook and Instagram feed. When I reach 5,600 impressions, the frequency is already at 3.63. At that point, the cost also increases. How could I reach the remaining 644,000 people that have not seen the ad? One of the things that you can do is if you have at least 1,000 people who are watching at least 15-second through plays, you could actually exclude them, right? And so you could probably reach a little bit more of the audience. I would try some exclusions and see if that works. Otherwise, you might just have to increase the size of this audience because remember, Facebook just optimizes based on what you're telling it wants people to perform, like what action people want to perform. it might be that this audience, you know, you might just have to change up the content a little bit more often. And that's the problem with like smaller audiences like this. But here's the thing. You're seeing that it's only, you know, select, like it's only reaching a certain amount of people and excluding everything else. You might have to just work in some exclusions here of people who've already seen the video. That would probably be the thing that I try next. I've never seen an audience this size though hit that frequency so high. One of the things that I would look at too is this the frequency at a week, or is this a frequency like at 2 weeks, right? Which it sounds like you've been running it for 2 weeks or something like that. Let's see, after 2 weeks, yeah. I wouldn't do a reach campaign at all in this situation, because you want them to watch the video, and you're not, and like the whole point of power content is to get people to watch the video, so that you can create that retargeting audience. Yeah. So option number 1, I think you should try excluding. So create an audience of anyone who's watched one of those 3 videos as a through play, and exclude, and see if we can get people beyond that. Because what Facebook could be doing is like showing it to the same people over and over again because they're engaged. So a lot of times with my power content, that's why I do the ping pong strategy, is I literally use exclusions in that strategy. Let's see. Kim says, hey, Laurel, I created an expanded power offer for another client of mine who owns an intuitive eating counseling practice. Would love your feedback on if it has pulled out your credit card appeal. Okay, cool. So the most important part, right, is, let's see, attention intuitive eaters. So I'm going to tell you one of the same piece of advice that I gave to Monica, and that I also gave to, let's see, where it doesn't matter. But one of the things that we have to be careful of is, I'm not really even sure what an intuitive eater is. Like, I don't know what that means. I'm not clear. It all goes back to how will people self-identify, right? And you also have to remember, like, Facebook will not allow you to run an ad like this because it's in second person, right? Whenever we're talking about anything health-wise or anything negative, Facebook wants it in first or third person. So for example, I see here, and then if we offered an online, this is like the offer, right? Like, this is the promise, right? Intuitive eaters, I just don't know what that means. That's what I'm having an issue with this. I don't think enough of your audience is going to know what that means and self-identify as that. If we offered an online intuitive eating course with a group support that holds your hand through, nope. So I already just said nope, only because anyone who's going through this is not going to want to pay for that. They want to pay for the result. They want to get to the other side of the issue, right? Right here, what you're describing is the mechanism to get them to where they want to go. We want to tell them where we're going to take them, right? Like, think of it as, let's say I want to go to Hawaii, right? A travel agent is not going to market the plane to me. It's going to market the beautiful sights of Hawaii, right? This offer right here is equivalent to marketing the plane. So let's see if we can dig a little bit deeper, and be clear on who is this for. Like, what does intuitive eating actually mean? Because I don't think most people in this audience will self-identify as intuitive eaters. I've never heard that term, as a matter of fact. I've never heard that term. Let's see. Miss Melanie says, hey there, I've been trying to perfect my 90-day organic content, and I'm in the process of creating all 15 pieces of content. However, I did do one video shoot, had to record it 12 times, and the length is bothering me. I guess my question today is there a required time for the power content videos? Like 5 minutes max? Yes, 5 minutes max, 3 to 5 minutes. And how much content do I share within the power content, as I want to give value but not overdo it? Yep. I would say rewatch. I know you guys hate whenever I say rewatch stuff, but I think sometimes we miss the nuances, because like this day number 2, all content starts here, is going to help you break down, because it's going to answer this question. Like I would have to sit down and reteach the entire thing to answer this question. And that one video right here is going to answer that question for you, right? Because at the end of the day, it's not about overdoing it. It's like, am I feeding my audience too much information? Remember, they're only going to take 10% of what you say. And so we want to make sure, and again, I explain it here in day 2, you want to make sure that we're not over delivering content. Okay. We want to make sure that they have one clear takeaway from each video. And again, 3 to 5 minute videos. Let's see. Renee says, hey, Laurel, I've revised my power offer. Can you please critique this one? The end goal is for them to book a consultation call with me. I rather they do this on my website versus through Facebook, as there is a form they fill out connected to my CRM. Awesome. Are you newly engaged and ready to plan your luxury honeymoon, but the rest of the planning process is taking up all of your spare time? What if I offered to plan the honeymoon of your dreams with just a 15-minute consultation call? Yes! Yes! Nailed it. Guys, this is a great freaking power offer. Look at this. Who's it for? Newly engaged. What are they going to do? Plan the honeymoon of their dreams with just a 15-minute consultation call. This is freaking perfect. I love it. You can't see me right now, Renee, but I am dancing for you. This is perfect. You see, 15-minute consultation call. This is marketing to the convenience and the saving of time. I don't even have to read the rest, but I am reading it with my eyes. This is all freaking great. Oh, Renee, super proud of you. See, another great example of someone taking their power offer, bringing it to the Ask Laurel, getting some feedback, and then nailing it. Yes, I love it. Let's see. Kieran says, I'm working on mission number 1 to build a cold audience for the first time. My audience is Christian entrepreneurs making 50 to 250K in revenue. As far as I've been able to tell, any big name. So don't even worry. And I think we've had this I know I've had this conversation with someone recently in the Facebook group. Do not worry about targeting, Christian targeting. Just use it in your messaging. It is naturally going to repel and attract your ideal client. Okay. So don't worry about it. Like if you're targeting Christian entrepreneurs, like literally say that, like, hey, most Christian entrepreneurs who are making, 50K to 250K in revenue. I mean, I don't know enough about your offer to be able to help you with copy, but yes, like constantly talk about being a Christian entrepreneur and that who this content is perfect for, right? I'll give you an example to drive this home. There are 2 elements that you want to make sure that you have in every single piece of your content. Okay. There's 2 elements, Kieran. The first one, Christian entrepreneurship. Okay. That should be the theme in every single one of your videos, right? That's your brand. Number 2, you need to talk about 50 to 250K in revenue or allude to it. Okay. I'll give you an example. One of my private clients who I help with their ads management, they only service e-commerce stores who make 7 figures. And so in every single one of his power content videos, he makes sure to polarize people who are not at 7 figures. As a matter of fact, he goes as far as to say, if your e-commerce business is not at 7 figures, do not watch this video. This will not work for anything that is less than 7 figures. So if you have a 6-figure e-commerce store, this strategy will not work for you. So there's no point in watching, right? I mean, he's super polarizing. And so those are the 2 things that I want to make sure that you are super clear on every single video. You're right. Your brand is going to scream Christian entrepreneurship. Your content is going to include exclusivity to 50 to 250K in revenue. You do not have to say 50K to 250K in revenue, but you can allude to it and give off that vibe and use certain language that is only going to be appealing to those who are at that price point. Okay. This was great. Like I freaking love, you guys have such great questions today. Let's see. Lucy says, hey, is it better to keep personal page as a personal page or change it over to professional? Do you get same organic reach if it's a personal page? I have no preference. I believe mine is a professional profile. I think, I don't know. I don't even know. Like, I don't worry about things like this. I have no idea. Honestly, I have no idea. Let's see. Alexis says context. I wasted a ton of money just pushing buttons and being careless with my ad spend. No, So now I'm focusing on my 15 pieces of content, posting consistently, and trying to start conversations. That said, I have one power content ad running at $5 a day, no CTA, cold traffic. Cost per 3 play is 2 cents, and I have created an audience of 25% views. So I'm thinking I should send that audience another piece of power content with a CTA to comment for a value bomb in order to have a conversation. Yeah, absolutely. If so, my question is, in the pushing buttons, do I start a retargeting ad to those viewers for $2 a day? Do I boost power content, post to that audience? I would recommend, Alexis, I think a good video for you to watch would be retargeting. And you can either do boosting a post, but one of the videos that's going to give you a lot of clarity is this one right here. Boosting weekly posts plus the ATM strategy. As a matter of fact, if you guys have not seen this video, this is actually a video I did with my Lean on Laurel students as we were going through the Discovery Call Accelerator strategy. But I moved this video to the $7 group because I knew it was going to bring value to a lot of you guys. This is by far, like, honestly, my most profitable strategy when it comes to ads by far. And that's why I wanted to put it in the $7 program. So I think it is worth everyone's while to watch this video. And especially, Alexis, it will answer this question in way more detail than I could go right now. But guys, so many great questions today. So many great questions today. I love every single one of you guys. Keep up the great work. I'm seeing you guys. Like, if you guys don't know, I am always like just kind of like watching you guys. I love when you guys post the wins and all of this stuff. Use the Ask Laurel post. Come to the live coaching calls. Guys, I'm here to be of service to you. And I built this program for you guys. And so as long as you guys use the resources, I will be here to serve you. I have so much fun with you guys. I hope that you guys have an amazing weekend. Love to every single one of you guys, and I'll see you guys next week.